Good morning and welcome to Friends of Oris for another review. Today we have with us Alistair, who is one of our staff members here at Friends of Oris. He's going to be helping us from time to time on some of the reviews, so you'll be seeing him and getting to know him a little bit. How you doing, Alistair?
Yeah, not too bad. First time on camera, and it's relatively early in the morning, so we will make it work. What are we doing today, mate? We're doing the...
Well, we're talking about the Aquis small second date with the green dial.
Yeah.
When you think of green dial and see it in the catalogues, you probably don't form a great opinion of the colour. But this watch in natural light, it sets itself apart from a lot of the other divers range when you think of black dials generally. So if you're looking for something a little bit different to add to your collection, that isn't just a plain old black dial that you can wear on a certain day when you're feeling a bit different, I would recommend one of these. What do you think, Alistair?
There's something about the grey, the steel looking colour along with the green, and it just complements it magnificently. It just works for me. The bezel and everything, they're all in harmony, and it just looks great together as a piece. Some watches out there in the market today, they just have too much going on. I think that the overcomplication of the design and of the colour choices can just get a bit too difficult sometimes. I think Oris does a great job here with this watch. They keep it simple, and they manage to match up two colours that just work well together.
They certainly do. When you say the grey almost has a greenness all of its own depending on what light you get it in. That's probably got to do with that beautiful luminous material I use on the hands of the indices, which it's got a great green aspect to it as well. So you've almost got three complementary colours going on there at the same time. It's a big watch. It's 46 millimeters,
Yep.
And it weighs in at 250 grams on your wrist on the bracelet. So it's there. If you like to know your watch is on your wrist, you certainly will with this one. It's a bit of a brick. I quite like it.
Yeah. So it's the big brother of the Aquis.
It is. Your Aquis date, they actually do the same colour scheme in an Aquis date.
Which is the 43 mil.
That's correct. Yeah. But I think it actually looks better on the 46.
I love the small second placement here.
Yeah.
The black on black small second has it at 6 o'clock, but the rest of the range has it at 9. And I think that there's something about the colour combo, and they do just work and they mesh together amazingly well. That green, and funny that you mentioned luminosity before. If you see this watch in the pitch black,
yeah,
it's absolutely striking. I was amazed that Warren was fooling around the cupboard one day. When I say fooling around, I mean that nicely.
Fooling around the cupboard.
He'd covered up the watch, and he's like, "Oh, come here, have a look at this watch." And I was absolutely astounded at that. It's just so vibrant, that colour, and it's really easy to read. It's not a difficult watch to read. Nothing overcomplicated is happening,
No, it does what it's designed to do. And I think it's a great compromise between a dive watch and something that you could almost call a dress watch. It's rather large for a dress watch, but it looks great with a pair of jeans. You could probably just about pull it off with a suit.
Could you? How thick is it? Could you fit it under a suit jacket relatively
easily? Well, it's a little thick at 15.5 millimeters. But I've got an Arctic chronograph which is thicker than that, and I'd want it with a suit quite comfortably. You can make anything work if you really wanted to.
I think that's a real plus point with the Oris diving range, is that you can dress it up or you can dress it down. You can wear it to the beach or you can wear it to a formal event, and you certainly would not look out of place wearing this at a black tie event whatsoever.
No, and people are going to look at it and go, "Hey, that's an interesting looking watch. I haven't seen one in that colour before." So it's the sort of thing that draws comment occasionally. And I think Oris, with their divers range, have been, getting a bit more sensible with their depth range as well. This is water resistant to 500 metres. They've done away with the helium release valve, which I think is great. It's one less point you're going to potentially get water in the case.
Yep.
But you know, the majority of people on the planet would never even use a helium release valve anyway. And I think it's actually tidied up the design of that watch quite a bit. It's streamlined, it's large, it's streamlined, and it's bold and beautiful.
In terms of the movement, what do we have going on in this specific watch?
Well, this watch is using a 743 Oris movement, which is a Solita SW220/1. It's got a 38-hour power reserve. Now they've been around for a while now, and they're proving to be a very, very good quality movement, I think.
I just think that whatever Oris put into planning with this watch, they've just pulled it off. They've ticked all the boxes. It looks great. It does exactly what you want it to do. It can be dressed up or down, and it can be offered at a competitive price point. So,
yeah. I think what's important is don't just look at this watch in the catalogue. Go and see it in person. Put it on your wrist. Let the sunlight hit it, and form an opinion. That's all for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye, fam.